What are the biggest ballpark effects on a hitter's power? Imagine stepping into a ballpark and knowing that the place you play can change how many home runs you hit or how many extra base hits you accumulate. That's because the size and conditions of a ballpark can really influence a hitter's power numbers. When we talk about power in baseball, we often look at stats like slugging percentage, isolated power, and home runs. But these numbers don't tell the whole story unless we consider where they happen. The physical size of the ballpark is a big factor. Parks with shorter fences or lower walls make it easier for hitters to turn a well-hit ball into a home run or a double. For example, a park with a porch that's only 300 feet from home plate will boost a hitter's power stats compared to a stadium with fences for 100 feet away. Larger parks with deeper fences tend to suppress power numbers because fewer balls clear the fence. This means a player's raw power might look weaker in a spacious park but could be much stronger in a hitter-friendly one. Environmental factors also play a role. Warmer weather makes the air less dense, helping the ball carry farther. So, a hot summer day can turn a routine fly ball into a home run. Wind is another big factor. A breeze blowing out toward the outfield can turn a deep fly into a home run, while wind blowing in can keep the ball in the park. Humidity affects air density too, with higher humidity helping the ball stay in the air longer. Altitude is a key element, especially in parks like Coors Field in Denver. At higher elevations, the thinner air means the ball travels farther, often inflating a hitter's power stats. This effect is well known and often considered when comparing players' numbers across different venues. Because of these factors, raw power metrics like slugging percentage and isolated power can be misleading if we don't adjust for ballpark effects. That's why analysts use contextualized power metrics. These adjust a player's numbers to account for the influence of the ballpark, making it easier to compare players across different parks and eras. Advanced stats like expected slugging percentage and expected weighted on base average also help, as they factor in exit velocity and launch angle. Still, adjusting for ballpark effects remains essential to get a true picture of a hitter's power. Understanding these effects helps teams and analysts evaluate players more fairly. It allows them to see whether a hitter's power is truly impressive or if it's inflated by a friendly park. It also helps when considering how a player might perform if they move to a different stadium. Comparing power numbers across eras becomes more accurate when we account for the size and conditions of each ballpark. In the end, the biggest influences on a hitter's power are the dimensions of the ballpark, altitude, and environmental conditions like temperature and wind. These factors can turn a well-struck ball into a home run or keep it in the park. When we adjust for these effects, we get a clearer view of a player's true power potential, no matter where they play. That's why contextualizing power numbers is so important for understanding baseball's most exciting hitters, past and present.